Greetings everyone! Today we're heading back into Sonic Universe with issue 21, which starts a new story arc called Treasure Team Tango. Don't let this cover fool you. Despite the appearance of the female game cast and Sonic gagging, it's more than that. In fact, Sonic does not appear in this story at all, except for a flashback which we'll get to in a moment. The arc follows up on some ongoing plot threads, one of which I'll talk about now. The backup story of issue 217 first introduced us to this universe's version of Cream the Rabbit, her mother Vanilla, and Cheese the Chow. They were in Archie's Sonic X comic but couldn't be used here until after that series ended. Sega mandates are weird. Anyway, Amy, with Cream's help, tried to stop Snively from getting to the Chow Garden near the rabbit's home. While she succeeded, what's left of Snively's machine destroyed said home. Oops. To make up for this, Amy invited Cream, Vanilla, and all the Chow back to New Mobotropolis. And Cream made a new friend, so it wasn't all bad. Another plot thread that'll be featured in this arc? Well, let's get on with the review and you'll see. We start with a portal opening up on Mobius and 3 vehicles popping through it. The red, yellow, and black one belongs to the infamous Dr. Nega, while the 2 pursuing ones are the Zone Cops. Yeah, during this period, the Zone Cops were really strict on dimensional travel. During the chase and shootout, the Zone Cops blasted off a metal container Dr. Nega was carrying, before all 3 vehicles disappeared into another portal. Days later, we see Amy giving the Rabbit family a tour of Freedom HQ. While Cream loves it, Vanilla's not a fan of the base's aesthetics. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. The tour is interrupted when Nicole calls in. For the past few days, she's detected a strange energy signature. Gee, I wonder where it's from. And wants Amy to investigate since she's the closest, I guess? Cream and Cheese, after getting Vanilla's permission, tags along. As Amy tracks the energy signal with Nicole's handheld, Cream asks, why is Freedom HQ located in a wasteland? Okay Cream, we'll let that question slide since you weren't around at the time. As Amy said, it was once a forest before Eggman came a-knockin'. I would direct you towards issue 175 for the full details, but I don't want to give you nightmares. Yeah, it's another case of exposition for the benefit of new readers. We'll be seeing that a lot here. Cheese spots something shiny nearby. A possible energy source, perhaps? As they get close, a fire wave stops them, produced by the one and only Blaze the Cat. Given that she thinks the object's a soul emerald, it's understandable that no one else comes near it. But nearly getting Amy, Cream, and Cheese burned is bad form. Likewise, Amy responding by summoning her hammer and attacking Blaze is not in good taste. You can tell I'm on Cream's side in that they should talk things out. Well, there is talking during the fight, and Amy bringing up Sonic causes the 2 to briefly stop. Long enough for Cream and Cheese to point out that the shiny object is actually a broken glass bottle. Bet that was worth fighting about, huh? Blaze leaves to reclaim some of her lost dignity when Cream tries to stop her. She wants to help and Amy wants to know how Blaze knows Sonic. Blaze recounts how Sonic and Tails ended up in her dimension and before leaving, loaned the green Chaos Emerald to help her find the Soul Emeralds. If you're familiar with Sonic Universe issue 1, we would know what will eventually happen to that emerald. It didn't matter since at that point, Blaze found a Soul Emerald and has been using it to track the others. Once formal introductions are made, and a bit of confusion on who Sonic's seeing, the newly formed trio, or quartet if you count Cheese, begins searching for the energy signature that might be a Soul Emerald. Which is harder than they realize as Nicole cannot pinpoint the source, and Blaze is having serious trust issues at the moment. Speaking of people you shouldn't trust, enter Rouge the Bat. She's been tracking the same signal when she stumbles upon the group, and she's actually been watching them for a little bit before making her presence known. Amy gets into a verbal fight with Rouge before Blaze rightfully says, screw this, help me or go away. Also, learning about the Soul Emerald's importance to Blaze's world will make things complicated for Rouge. They reach a ravine where the energy signature is definitely located. They head for the bottom, but not before Blaze and Rouge demonstrate their awesome skills by taking out a fallen branch. Inside this warped tree structure is the source of the energy signature and the object Dr. Nega dropped a few days ago. And indeed, it is one of Blaze's Soul Emeralds. Well, that was fast. I didn't expect this to be a one-issue Sonic Universe story. Unfortunately, no. We gotta have conflict for 3 more issues, and what do you know? Rouge is taking the emerald for herself. Anyone surprised by this? She's going to have a heck of a fight on her hands as she's dealing with an angry hammer-wielding pink hedgehog. Okay, no problem there. Well, there's still a very angry pyrokinetic purple cat to deal with. Rouge is like, oh, woe is me. I wish there were some big, strong men to back me up. Now, could Rouge take on Blaze by herself? Who knows? But it's obvious that the phrase is a signal for some backup. That of the chaos-powered and machine gun variety. The titles for each issue of this arc are related to tango moves. The salida, from Spanish to English, means exit, and in terms of tango dancing, means the way out, on to the dance floor, which is a perfect way of describing Amy, Cream, and Cheese's situation, stepping out of a peaceful tour, and ultimately getting into a tango for possession of the Soul Emerald. The salida is also generally known for starting tangos, and you could argue it really started when the Zone Cops and Dr. Nega, aka Eggman Nega, briefly show up, unintentionally dropping off the Soul Emerald and leaving. By the way, this is the only time we'll see Nega in real time, thanks to that weird mandate Sega had about which characters can appear in the comics. It might have something to do about his confusing origins in the games. I'm going to tell you now, this arc's plot is everyone fighting for possession of the Soul Emerald, with more players joining the fray as it goes along. So we'll focus more on the characters. Amy shows off many of her well-known traits, including being crazy for Sonic and going insane with her hammer. At the same time, once she understands a situation, such as helping Blaze find her emerald, she commits herself to the cause because it's the right thing to do. Likewise, Cream the Rabbit, along with Cheese, is supportive and polite, as you'd come to expect from her. She's also not afraid to call you a meanie in the most adorable way possible. Trust me, she'll be doing that more in this arc. Even her snarking is cute. Blaze's behavior in this issue, like I said, is understandable, since the survival of her world is linked to the Soul Emeralds, and she cannot afford to fail. As such, she has trust issues when people want to help her. It's clear that this is a nod to her subplot in Sonic Rush. And who helped her loosen up and have her start trusting people? Cream the Rabbit. And now that she's usable in the main Archie continuity, might as well invoke it. Which is odd considering the events of the sequel already happened. Blaze did have a good reason to not immediately trust everyone that wants to help her. While some are genuine like Amy and Cream, others can backstab you like Rouge. She's her usual manipulative, jewel-loving self who's very well informed, especially when she calls Blaze a princess. Gee, I wonder who told her this. Boy, the next issue's going to be awkward. Gunn must really be paranoid if they are going after every energy signature they could find. Even though they have 2 Chaos Emeralds at this point, it won't matter against the might of the Eggman Empire, which is as strong as ever even with the big guy currently in hiding at this time. So I don't blame Gunn entirely for wanting any advantage they could find. But here, no. Find something else and let Blaze have her world-saving gem. Though it is clear that Rouge and the rest of Team Dark won't make that easy. For this issue, I'm giving it a 7. That may raise some eyebrows. Let me explain. We have another lighthearted adventure, perhaps even more so than the previous arc, the Tails adventure, which is fine, and the art by Tracy Yardley is great. However, it's clear that we are just getting started on things, so that knocked it down a few points. Plus, Rouge's behavior here, yeah, I'm on Amy's side with this one. Sides will be drawn as the real fight for the Soul Emerald begins in issue 22. And we'll have some new players join the fun. See you then. You know what they say, one person's trash is another one's treasure.